I got this. Welcome, everybody. Let's call this meeting to order. CFTA Virtual Conference 2021. Next slide, please. My name is Sue Stewart, and I am the current CFTA president. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 2021 All Members meeting. In 2019, my school, the University of Texas at Austin, was the CFTA local host for our annual conference. We had a great event, but no one could have predicted it would be the last time we would see each other physically face-to-face for many years. I've been seeing posts on Facebook from the friends I've made through CFTA that serve as a fond reminder of our last adventure together. CFTA brings people together and connects us in so many meaningful ways. And I'm certainly grateful for the community that CFTA has created. And despite this global pandemic, our CFTA family continues to grow, and it is utterly amazing to see you all here today. Next slide, please. At the 2020 all-member meeting, membership voted to allow the restructuring of CFTA from a 501c3 to a 501c6 and to retain our 501c3 organization. Last year, we hired a nonprofit attorney to help us on both issues. Our application for the C6 status has been approved, and we are currently operating as a C6, which, as you can see on the screen, is a little bit different than a C3. Following the advice of our lawyer, CFT leadership has been working through the process of transitioning, and we plan to financially live within the C6 structure effective November 1st this year. We have requested reinstatement of our C3 status and are waiting approval from the IRS. The C3 will remain active financially for charitable and education purposes until it dissolves financially. Next slide, please. So your CFTA leadership has been busy behind the scenes bringing our strategic plan to fruition. One of our goals was to improve our management structure to ensure continuity and position for growth. And what did we do? We hired Executive Director Ann Hollins. In accordance with the objectives, she has been organizing materials and business documents, and those support the organizational structure, health, and growth. We're almost at the end of our journey of transitioning from our C3 to our C6, and we still have to review and modify bylaws for that. We have implemented critical changes to our org structure for stable and continuous business operations, like implementing a president-elect officer role and establishing term limits for directors and officers. For our second goal, to develop and implement a business model to expand our resources that align with your needs, we've been reaching out to our members to find out what's important to you. We're using our event calendar. We've created a new social network within our membership portal where we can have listserv type conversations with other members and subject matter experts. We're proactively reaching out to other FM organizations and associations and are providing webinar content all year long, as opposed to just at the conference. Our third goal was to develop new funding strategies and secure partners to increase our income. COVID-19 could have been an organization killer. In early 2020, when we canceled our in-person conference, there was some fear that we simply would not be able to weather the pandemic. And revise our sponsor matrix, and CFTA managed to keep all but one of our sponsors without a virtual conference. This was a huge win for us, a huge win. Over the last year, we launched a job board, which is free to members, but also open to non-members for a nominal fee. All in all, this year, there's more value for both our members and business partners, but we're still working on additional funding strategies. And goal 4 was to launch a new CFT shared resource system. We've made some progress along these lines, but with budget considerations at the forefront, we're still hard at work trying to find the best system that facilitates community resource sharing. Next slide, please. And so we're going to click through these. Here are some tangible member benefits. We've created a professional membership brochure. We have an event calendar showing webinars, digital content throughout the year. We have a CFTA Wall of Fame where you can find presentations from past conferences. We have a job board and a newly launched social network platform for you to connect with your colleagues on a variety of topics. So since we're talking about member benefits, this is a good segue into membership information. So I'll turn the presentation over to our secretary, Devon Miller.
Hello, everyone. Like Sue said, my name is Devon Miller. I'm the CFTA secretary. Welcome. Glad everybody can join us today for our all-member meeting. Next slide, please. Just a year ago, we had 46 institutions, and we've seen over a 50% increase. As you can see from this map, we have a lot of representation along the eastern seaboard, the Great Lakes area, and Texas. It would benefit you and CFTA if we have more members on the western half of the U.S. So please, reach out to your colleagues on the Pacific Coast, Rocky Mountain, and Southwest regions, and share your love of CFTA. Currently, we have 73 institutions, 46 business partners, and 138 campus members. Next slide, please. One of the things I want to do is kind of give you guys a snapshot of kind of a membership history for the past 6 years. So the past 6 conferences, Austin marked our highest total membership and individual campus members count. But in 2021 has taken the lead for campus members. Not only do we have the highest number of campus members in 7 years, we also have a low percentage of business partners. So that just kind of, shows that, even though in this pandemic, that, our campus members really increased. It's really amazing to kind of see that we pretty much have basically the same amount of campus members that we had when we met in person in Austin, Texas. Next slide, please.
So I mentioned our C3 to C6 transition earlier, so I'll let our treasurer, Monty Coombs, share information about our finances.
Hello, good afternoon or good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Happy to have everybody here. Next slide, please. Thanks. So I wanted to report that as of July 30th, this is the revenue in our 2 different accounts that we have. So we have the C3 account with almost $47,000 in that account. And then our C6 account, which is the newer account, that has just over $48,000. So collectively, we have just over $95,000 in the bank. So financially, we're doing pretty well right now. We always want to try to maintain at least 1 year's conference cost in the bank. That's always been our objective. So this is approaching that. So we're starting to build up our reserves. Next slide, please. So our income sources really is only derived from 2 sources. We have our business partners and our membership. And this year, from January through the end of July, our total income was $49,630. And you can see that really is all about our business partners. I mean, thank goodness for our business partners and the work that Ann has done to engage with them and keep them really committed to our organization. Because without them, we would be really hurting. And the memberships that you see there, the $2,600, that is comprised of really new members and business partner memberships. As you all are aware, this year you did not have to fund your renewal of your membership, and that was largely in part because of our support of our business partners. So a shout out to our business partners, and I really encourage our membership to engage with the business partners and thank them and look at their services wherever possible. Thanks. Next slide. So as far as where our funds go, This is a little breakdown of that. We have spent year to date $65,938. And the breakdown of where our funds go, you can see the bulk of it is professional services. And that was all part of our strategic plan, was to make this organization something that'll really carry itself by hiring more professional services. Because as you know, the board is all volunteers. So in order to maintain that continuity, we wanted to bring in more professional services. So in this case, our professional services are the services of Anne and her team, and then also our bookkeeper. So that's what that encompasses, and those services comprise the management of the organization and also our conference planning. And then you can see Conference 2022. We have made some investments towards that, so that really bodes well for the next fiscal year, that would put some deposits down on that conference, so that helps. This year's conference, with all of the software that we had to purchase and everything that goes into it, the illustrator, etc., our funding for that is be about $15,700, and then the other cost that you can see there for our software, and then business expense really is our insurance for the organization. Thank you. Next. Okay, thank you very much.
And next, we're moving on to our changes in leadership. So I will, let's see, we've got the 2021 outgoing leadership. I'll bring Maria Martinez up.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for coming to our conference this year. Today, we're saying goodbye to Emil Sable from the University of Wisconsin at Madison as one of our CFTA directors. Amy has been a leader for CFTA since 2018. She's always willing to help and provided great insight during the BIM series this last year. The other directors of CFTA, the officers, and the CFTA community would like to thank Amy for her service and contributions to our organization, and we hope to continue seeing her at future conferences.
Next up would be Julius.
Hello, everybody. I would like to speak a few words about Steve Siwak, IT Director for Georgia Tech. So Steve has been a director with us for the past 3 years, starting, I believe, at the Ohio State Conference. So he came in a year before I did, and Amy and Steve and really Ray and Devon, were my previous directors before me, gave me a sense of what to do, really. I like being a good mentors. And for you that don't know, Steve is also the chair of our membership committee behind the scenes. And just seeing how he conducts that committee, he's been a good role model. And unfortunately, Steve will be stepping down, but lucky for us, he still will be with CFTA. And hopefully we will see them next year at our next conference, and we can talk more with them in person. But thank you to Amy and Steve for your services, and the board of directors will miss you.
Absolutely, Julius. Thank you. And now, Devon, can you tell us a little bit about the 2021 election results?
Yes, thank you, Sue. And once again, I want to echo and say thank you to Amy and Steve for their leadership. They're going to be truly missed. But getting to the leadership vote, we did meet our quorum. The votes received for the voting period was 53 votes in support of our incoming CFT directors. I'll let others kind of introduce them, but we did meet our quorum. So next slide, please.
Steve, since Joe is taking over for you, how about you introduce him? Ladies and gentlemen, we may have some technical difficulties.
Sorry about that. I guess I was on mute. Can you all hear me now? Yep. Okay. So I appreciate that. So I've had the pleasure of meeting Joe Porostowski. Joe is the Director of Facilities Information and Technology Services at The Ohio State University and has been on the FITS team for the past 13 years. His team maintains 38 million square feet of space drawings and data, along with providing leadership to facilities-related data and document management systems, including GIS. Joe has a background in technology management, which allows him to provide an active and strategic role within the university. He has redefined the way his group works by using technology in new and inventive ways. As the leader of the Buckeye BIM initiative, Joe led OSU in the adoption of BIM for existing buildings. Additionally, he provided thoughtful insight for design and construction of new and renovated buildings to improve the university's overall decision-making processes and management of buildings. Joe's been a member of CFTA since 2018 and has participated in several presentations and events, including hosting the annual CFTA conference at Ohio State. I've had the pleasure of meeting him and speaking with Joe about his work with BIM at Ohio State. He's dedicated a significant amount of time and effort to ensure the success of BIM at OSU. He established a plan with clear objectives, hired the right people, and then carried out the plan. And Joe really does embody the true spirit of the CFTA mission, which is to connect with other campus members, share ideas, with the intention that the management of those campus facilities will also improve along the way. So please welcome Joe P. as a new member of our CFTA Board of Directors.
And next we'll hear from Amy.
Hello, it is my pleasure to welcome Gabriel Armas to the CFTA Board of Directors. Currently, Gabriel is an Asset Systems Development Manager at Pepperdine University. He brings 10 years of experience in higher education to the board and has attended the last 2 CFTA conferences. Just some of his expertise in BIM and GIS systems includes virtual construction BIM, subsurface utility engineering, subsurface utility modeling and architecture, engineering, and construction duties. He also has development experience for real-world applications using ArcGIS Esri BIM workflow, Adobe products integration with ArcGIS Esri and Bluebeam, as well as integration with Revit Autodesk products. With his 10 years of higher ed experience and expertise in multiple facilities software systems, along with his talent for designing data system integration for construction and facilities maintenance, I know he will be an asset to the board of directors. As a bonus, if you come next year to the in-person conference, he will be happy to show you his pro wrestling memorabilia.
Thank you, Amy. Welcome to both Joe and Gabriel. We're excited to have you on our board of directors. As I mentioned in our strategic plan update, we have implemented critical changes to our org structure for stable and continuous business operations. Our new president-elect role is the first of its kind, and I'm pleased to announce that Devon Miller was appointed president-elect by your board of directors. Devon has a long history of FM work, also a degree in engineering, I didn't know that, and has been with CFTA for quite a while as both a member, a serving director, and currently as our secretary. Thank you, Devon, for your willingness to serve, and I'm excited to work with you during your transition to president and beyond. Please reach out to Devon and congratulate him on this exciting accomplishment. And now, one of the worst kept secrets in the history of the world is the location of our 2020 hopefully in-person event next year. And big surprise, Brown for 2022. The event will be held at the Graduate Providence, formerly the Biltmore, and we'll have the hotel mostly to ourselves. If you get a chance to go online, take a look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. There were several places we could have selected, but the elegance and the natural light in this place is phenomenal. So I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you again for attending the 2021 virtual all members meeting. We really appreciate you being here today. Thank you for showing your support for the CFTA community. If you're interested in volunteering your time in an official or unofficial capacity, please reach out to myself and or really any of your CFT leadership. We are always looking for fresh ideas for our committees and task forces. Congratulations to the incoming directors and the outgoing directors and to Devon. We are also actively looking for a secretary and a treasurer, go figure. So if you're interested, please go to the website and submit a willingness to serve. A final huge thank you to our generous sponsors for making today possible. Their support of CFTA is critical to our growth and longevity. So before our board of directors make a motion to adjourn the meeting, we're going to take a short break. Please join us for the next session from Autodesk on harnessing building information modeling to realize digital twins. After that, we'll have a short break before we hear from Catherine O'Brien and Lisa Huggins from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Directors, please make a motion to adjourn our 2021 all members meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
All those
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.